Today's Wednesday, December 11th, 2013, and you're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show. The Elevator Radio Show is a proud supporter of the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation. To find out how you can make a difference, visit their website today at www.eesf.org. Hey everybody, we are recording as live as we can be from the wonderful Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, and we got a good show for you today, so stay tuned. Here it comes.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listened, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Seibert.
Hello, everybody. Yes, thank you. It is great to be here this Wednesday morning where, yes, we are under another kind of a snow advisory, which is always kind of exciting, especially when it's before Christmas. The kids like it, and other than having to shovel and worry about driving in it, I think it's dandy as well. I'm actually okay with it. It's just a little chilly, but I know there are parts of the country here in the United States and Canada that are even colder. So I will take our 15 degrees and run with it and not worry about it being any worse than it is ever going to get. So, but I hope everybody's doing well out there and that you're getting ready for the holidays. If you're like me, this time of the year is always a little stressful, mainly because you've got year-end stuff going on at work, you've got stuff going on with your, pretty much everything with work, and then on top of it, making sure you get the right presents and all that good stuff for the family, and it's just a lot to juggle. So basically when Christmas is over, I'm actually quite relieved. It's kind of a nice deep breath, and as we roll into the new year, that also makes me kind of excited, and so it's a nice kind of exchange. So as always, try not to get too stressed out about it, and I promise I will do my best to do the same. So that's about it. We've got a good show for you today. Not a ton of news articles out there, but some that are very important and worthy of sharing that probably many of you have already seen. They popped up late last week, I believe, but still important to say the least. And so we'll get into those in a little bit. Getting into the email comments here. Mike, I thank you for writing in. And hey, by the way, happy belated birthday to you. But Tom... Mike wrote in, hey, Tom, my comment wasn't the amount of articles, but the fact that riders need to be rescued. It is a horrible characterization of the stall. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And I don't think we do enough as an industry or in terms of educating anyone for that matter, including the media, to let them know that the reason why, an elevator probably is not working is because of something that needs it to shut down or stall, like a safety device or an overloading situation or whatever. So I agree with that, and I think maybe we can do more to help educate the media, because you're absolutely right. The media does a horrible job at really presenting any kind of entrapment or anything like that. So I agree with that. And again, I hope you had a nice birthday. I think it was on Monday. Let's see here. I got some news from our friends up at Sika. It's with great sorrow we announced the passing of Dave Ballmer. Dave was diagnosed with terminal pancreatic cancer in the summer, but lost his brave fight this morning, and that was actually Thursday, December 5th. Dave was a long-standing and contributing member of Sika, the code committees, and a mainstay at Durham College. He will be sorely missed by all. When more details, including his funeral arrangements, are finalized, will be sent out this information. So Memorial Fund in Dave's honor is being established and will be discussed further in the Central Region meeting tonight. So as soon as I get more information on that, I will definitely forward that to everybody else. I did not know Dave. The name to me is familiar, but always sad news when we lose somebody of this type of caliber in our industry. So we will definitely have more information on that as time permits. David wrote in asking, let's see here. I just purchased a home that is revealed in a closed off until today turret, an original hand lift by Burwalk Elevator Company. All the original components, pulley wheels, and brake chains and parts complete and in working order. I just wrote on it today. Oh boy. You may want to get that checked out. Anyway, if there's any more information regarding this magnificent piece of history and its age, I'd be greatly appreciated. Anybody have any information on a hand lift by Burwalk Elevator? I'll try to find more information on this, and maybe we can give Dave some information that he might be able to add to his collection. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much it. I covered something on the previous emails. Here's an email regarding NEI, or National Elevator Industry Incorporated. They've launched a new website. I do have that linked up in the show notes. So they're pleased to announce the launch of the association's new website, NEI.org, NEII.org. The redesigned website offers visitors a streamlined user experience, improved navigation, and a mobile-ready contemporary new look. Additional features include valuable content designed exclusively for the building, transportation industry, and riding public, industry newsletters, fact sheets, and white papers. So NEI website is a result of nearly a year's worth of planning, research, and consultation to ultimately deliver visitors a vastly improved user experience. Along with the refreshed design, the site also features increased functionality with a powerful new search tool and integrated social media links for seamless access to the association's Twitter newsfeed and members-only LinkedIn group. Pretty cool. So check that out. I think it's very impressive. And the link is, or the website is NEI.org, NEII.org. And that's pretty much going to do it. If you have any emails you want to share with me, please do so by sending them over to elevatorradioshow@gmail.com, and I will get to them as quickly as I can. We had about 117 last week, many of which obviously are from people wanting to, my banking information so they can transfer $2 million. So thank goodness to all those people out there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So up next, we'll get right into the news, and we'll have you out of here in no time.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
All right. Bear with me here. I did have this page preloaded, but for some reason it does not want to go. Come on. Show me the post that I just saved over here. Just not yesterday, but here we go. All right. Okay, here we go. Week 211, show number 353. Holy moly. At some point, that number just kind of is just a number. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem to really do a whole lot. I think the snow is slowing down the internet connection. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. Okay, first news article, real serious one out there, I think, that many of you probably already heard about. DailyNews.com has an article, man dies after falling down an elevator shaft in Manhattan office building. If anybody has any information on this, any more information, I'd love to hear from you or get some kind of take on it. There's not a lot of information on this. It's not clear how he had fallen down the elevator shaft. There's photographs, but it does not indicate really anything more. And I don't want to speculate as to what the cause was. It simply states that it's not immediately clear how the man fell down the shaft or what floor he fell from, but police sources believe the man's death was accidental. And they are, let's see here. And again, it states a man was killed when he tumbled down an elevator shaft in a Manhattan office building Wednesday. Yeah, you know what? I don't even know. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but, we hope that whatever that was the cause for him to have fallen down, it is taken care of. And yeah, there's one note here. The city's Department of Buildings website said the elevator shaft in the 99-year-old building was open and unguarded, causing a dangerous condition. Huh? I don't know. I really hope that wasn't the case, but, jeez. It better not have been the case, or somebody's in trouble. Yeah, not good at all. But if anybody has information on that, I'd love to share that. It doesn't have to be an accident report. I just like to get it, kind of straight up so we can prevent it from happening in the future, whatever it might be, or just learn from it, if nothing else, rather than being, swept under the carpet. I'm just surprised there isn't any more information on it since this article was posted. And there may not be for a little while. I don't know. We'll find out, hopefully sooner than later. Next news article, I don't really know why we are, I posted it, but I did. Somebody from the wrote or posted in the SFist blog, that's a hard thing to say, rat descending an endless staircase. Okay, you can watch this on your own leisure. But at the beginning of this 1-minute YouTube video, we're rooting for the rat stuck on an escalator at the Civic Center. Barked to break free of its endless treadmill of fecal matter. What? I don't understand. Anyway, by halfway through, we can't help but wonder if the little guy is actually beginning to enjoy the Sisyphean effort. Either way, there is 6 to 8 seconds of a rat running on a BART escalator, which we can relate to. Really? I don't know about you, but I never feel like a rat running on an escalator. Anyway, worker dies in after fall of 25th floor of Ocean Towers. This is a blog post from the Tribune.co.pk. This is in Malaysia, so nothing local here in North America. Still a pretty tragic accident. This is a article basically stating that an elevator technician, I believe, had fallen down an elevator shaft 25 stories. Oh, ouch, awful. And apparently, according to a police officer, deceased opened the door of the elevator on the 25th floor and stepped on space as the elevator car had failed to move down due to some technical snag. What? Wait. I don't understand. I think the translation here is off, but still, the end result is awful. Again, not here in the States or anything, in Malaysia. I'm not sure if we're talking construction lift or what this was. So it's a funny video that over on the Elevator World Unplugged website. Check it out. Link is in the show notes. Star Wars elevator prank. And just as a note, there's some bad language in the video, so watch with caution. Okay. NEI launches new website. Here's a press release from prweb.com, and we'll go check that out, nei.org. And it looks pretty slick. Almost looks like a kind of a blogging type format. I like it. It's clean. It's fresh, and I encourage you to go over and check that out for the resources. And obviously, if you find resources in there that you think would benefit your customers or clients in terms of education or whatnot, encourage you to share those, and also sign up for their email, The Insider, which they have some great information in. Okay, next article, boy's foot trapped in escalator. EveningChronicle.com reporting that a young boy had a lucky escape when he got his foot trapped in an escalator in the Spindles yesterday. Never heard of Spindles, kind of referred to that before. But apparently firefighters from Oldham and a rescue unit from Ashton cut off the child's shoe and removed the safety brushes at the side of the escalator to free his foot, lasting around 10 minutes. And anyway, the lad put on a brave face. He was close to panicking, but his grandmother managed to keep him calm. So here's a situation where brushes on the side, did not necessarily prevent, a foot entrapment. I'm not sure where it happened, but, I yell at my kids all the time when they get on an escalator and they see those brushes and they basically start cleaning their shoes with them. Yeah. Maybe we should put electrical, shocking things on the side so everybody stays in the middle of an escalator. I know it's a bad idea. I know. But anyway, glad the little boy was okay. Okay, Bay City Hall opening delayed. This comes from mlive.com. And the reason for the delay is being basically stated here that it is related to, let's see here. This is good news. It's nice to hear they're not rushing anything, but apparently Bay City officials say moving back into Bay City Hall has been extended by 1 day, moving the building's official public opening date to Thursday, December 12th. In order to offer a safer environment for our residents, we require one additional day for move and cleanup, and employees are working diligently to get back to regular operations and are eager to be settled. Anyway, they're talking a little about some delay. Oh yeah, delay. The move in was an issue with an inspection. So anyway, again, nice to see an article written like this, just so that people understand that you don't want to rush through things. Especially elevator inspections or making sure stuff is not safe. Okay, the next article, watchnewspapers.com, has an article talking about an elevator for the Wright Opera House. Apparently, there's an opera house in Ouray, and nearly 95% of its latest fundraising cycle completed with an outstanding $40,000 matching challenge in the works. Ouray's iconic Wright Opera House is making the final push to secure the fully budgeted $350,000 required for installing an elevator, restoring the central staircase, making ancillary improvements, and funding operations for a full year. That's pretty cool, pretty impressive as well. So I don't know what goes on in the Opera House. If opera is that big out in, I think it's Colorado. I could be wrong on that. I think it's great, but hopefully they're doing more stuff in it than opera, and hopefully they take the necessary steps to restore as much of that building as they can. Okay, Elevator Game Maker here's a video. I didn't play this. I'm going to see if I can do this without this thing jumping into some ad. But this is a pretty interesting article coming from PSFK, which is a blog, I think. I don't really know, but contrary to what some commenters seem to think, social avoidance is not just a product of the digital age. For at least as long as cramped elevators and other disconcertingly confining environments have existed in office buildings, people have found new ways to avoid eye contact and thus avoid small talk to coworkers. In the years before smartphones, riders were forced to inspect their clothes, study their visage in a reflective ceiling above, and when all else failed, simply stare fixed at the floor, writes Kyle Van Unwired. Now in a game called Avoidance Training, developed as proof of the concept by Rachel Knoll at the Royal College of Art in London, uses head movements and eye tracking technology to simulate this experience of desperately trying to avert the gaze. Only you're in front of a computer manipulating a blocky character and paradox elevator music being piped into the background. Anyway, read this, and if you're like me that might feel awkward in really closed situations, this might relate to you, and you can actually share this with your coworker, with clients or whatever. Let's see if we can make this video play. It's not going to go. Yeah, it's a video's not going to play, but still a pretty good article. Avoidance training. I'm not going to click on any more of these links. Oh, here's the video. Here is a video, I guess I should say. Let's see if it doesn't blast you. Well, that's good. There's no audio at all. So, more music. If you're listening, I'm sorry about that. Basically, the video was showing a gentleman sitting at a desk looking at a laptop of this video of people walking in the elevator, but they're cartoons. Not the same thing. I can guarantee you that. I could look at cartoon characters all day long. But anyway, you can check that link is in the show notes. Family of a man. I made the decision. Basically, I am not going to link any more of these attorney accident chasing articles that show up in my news aggregator because they bother me, And I do not want to add to the society we live in where they're just fishing for more people to add to their suit and their case. So that's my position on it. This article I linked because it is linked through connectarmorillo.com. It is not linked to some attorney's website. But basically, it doesn't really say a whole lot other than the fact that it's a family of men killed in elevator shaft accident files lawsuit. Obviously, any kind of death or accident you're going to see this kind of thing. And I'm not sure the premise behind, behind the accident. I don't know if it was somebody trying to get out of the elevator or what, but basically the lawsuit alleges that the elevator had not been inspected. They forgot a word there. Great. As required by law, according to a copy of the suit filed Thursday, the elevators were not sufficiently inspected or maintained, and the doors did not lock properly. Okay, that's bad. If you're a contractor out there, or a technician, or mechanic, whatever, or inspector, make sure that we're doing our part, because these lawsuits are bad. They are bad, and the reason for them is even worse. So. Okay, Elevator World Unplugged again. It's got some cool photos of the week. These from the, this is pretty cool. These from the Louis Vuitton fashion show, where they actually use escalators and elevators in their set to showcase their clothes. And these elevators are pretty cool. I don't know if they were real elevators or not, or if they were just basically, set redressings or what, but still pretty cool photos. And Brad, thanks for showing those. Or sharing them. Okay, next news article is, let's see here. Oh, this is awful. You know what? I don't even know how they show this on video, and I'm going to let everybody check it out, but there's a video that is basically linked through abcnews.go.com of a Chinese baby being beaten and then basically killed in an elevator attack by, I can only imagine, this is awful. I mean, in this case, there is something wrong with people when this happens. So, I can't even watch it. I didn't want to watch it. I don't watch it. If you want to watch it, you can watch it, but I'm not watching it. Ugh. It just makes me sick thinking about it. And the fact that it's caught on video, oh my gosh. Next article, some great photos from the Chicago Elevator Association Christmas party last week, so check that out. You may be in them. And thanks to Tom Perspila and Glenn Duncan and Cornelius Walls and Kevin Ryan, all of which helped make that party a success. I'm sorry that I missed it, but unfortunately I was not able to make it. But looks like everybody had a great time. Some cool things that happened at the party was that they had door prizes, which were a wine basket, rum basket, vodka basket, and some very nice extras, which included and each basket making it a very nice gift. And let's see here. Also, they donated a tablet, television, and an iPod for this year's Christmas raffle to benefit the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation, thanks to those companies. And they raised $830 for the foundation. So great job. Great job, James Monroe, Wire Cable, PSI, and Glenn Duncan for making that happen. So next meeting for the CEA will be on February 6, 2014. So make sure you put your calendars on there, and a company that installs fire stuff will be present and presenting. Okay, John's got some videos over on his website about some generator and exciters over there, and I encourage you to check those out if you're interested in that old stuff. It's awesome. I got a call the other day, actually yesterday. It was nuts. Got a call for technical support in my day job. And it's one of those calls. I'm sure many of you have received them. Basically the guy's that's for a controller, two-speed controller. The guy's like, I know it's your controller, but I can't get it in the machine room. It's in an oil refinery, whatever. It's not working. It's stuck at the 4th floor, but the door open limit relay is high. What can I do? And then and there's no wiring diagrams on the job site. So literally, I'm like, okay, well, if it's door open limit, there's a sequence of safety operations that have to happen before retiring cam picks and all that. And so I said, well, just go check the door open limit or the gate switch, because it's probably not working right. And so he goes, well, I'll do that. And then he goes, well, and he asked for some other information that I was able to kind of help him with, like labeling of relays and stuff like that, like what's FL, which is floor, all that good stuff. And so he calls me back in front of the machine. He's in front of the controller, Tom, and and I'm looking at the serial. I can't read the label. It's all faded. And I go, wow. He goes, well, is there any way you can backtrace the job or backtrack the job from the job name? And I'm like, really, there's not. We need a serial number in order to kind of go back and pull the drawings, the right wiring drawings for it, or diagrams. And so I tell him, is this? I said, what does it say on the label? I mean, what can you read? He goes, it says, oh, Thompson. I'm like, oh, that's not our controller. So anyway, I was able to help him out to a degree, and he got the car running, which was great. But he's like, is there any way you could send me any kind of wire diagram? And I'm like, dude, I can't, because literally I can't send you a drawing that's not going to help with the units you have on site. I said, contact MCE and they can probably help you out. Maybe not. I don't know. But it was pretty funny, though, and I'm just glad that controllers back in the 80s and 70s pretty much had the same type of logic that made them relatively easy to troubleshoot, and I thought it was funny, just totally funny. I'm glad we were able to help him out, and that's the kind of thing that we tried to do our best. But anyway, the point of the whole story was it's cool to see these kind of articles or videos, because it really helps. Obviously, we don't want the entire world knowing about how to fix elevators, or having this kind of insight. You hope to God nobody's actually trying to do it based on what John is showing. But he does a really good job at showing some good videos on what's kind of going on in his daily life, which I think it's cool. It's nice and short and sweet, and gives you a little quick snippet of stuff you may not already know. So a good channel to check out. Okay, in the last news article of the show, Gary Metro platform on the South Shore has limited access elevator escalator, is under repair in Gary, Indiana. I'm sure it's even worse now because of the snow. But anyway, Gary Metro Center platform elevator and escalator out of service at South Shore Riders, limiting access to passengers with disabilities. I'm assuming that in these kind of situations, they actually make sure that people are there to help them out if need be, but I don't really know what the deal is with that. So anyway, and that's pretty much going to do it for the show, everybody. As I mentioned before, it was a nice, sweet, short show. If you are, tuning in for the very first time, welcome. This is a podcast that is produced every Wednesday morning, and we enjoy doing it with news content, articles from the previous weeks. And if we can help you out in one way or another, please send us an email, elevatorradioshow@gmail.com. Also had a couple of responses regarding the 24-hour Elevator Radio Show podcast that I mentioned, and which I was kind of shocked at. And just two people wrote in, and I thought that was pretty neat, because I think it'd be very difficult for anybody to tune in, but if we could do it in a way that we have international clientele. I don't think we'd, interviews and stuff like that using Skype. It might be fun. Who knows? So I'll keep that on the back burner. And I'd love to be able to try to stay up for 24 hours. I really would. And it'd be kind of cool to just see what that's like. And it'd be cool to have people on that are around the country, around the world, that could chime in. I think we'd have to kind of do that through Skype to make that work properly. Either that or through some kind of phone patch system, which unfortunately mine has died and is in need of upgrade. But I'll start looking at that, see if we can't make something like that happen. I think it'd be very cool, and if we could raise a little money for the ESF, I think that'd be even better. But thanks for your feedback on that. Without you, I would not have pushed it any further than that. So, well, that's going to do it, everybody. Again, have a great day out there. Stay warm if you are freezing, and be careful driving if you are in the snow. And if you're, tuning wherever you're tuning in, thanks for tuning in. We will be back next Wednesday, and be safe out there. So take care, and we will talk to you next week.